I think we're at 318, and then we'll follow up right.
I'll repeat your question to you. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Let's go to this gentleman, and then we'll go to that nice person.
Senator, on 9/11, 80 tons of human flesh and bone, 1,000 human beings disappeared without a trace of DNA after the FBI sifted the rubble 3 times. Are we ever going to look at this war, 17 years at war in Afghanistan? It's where all of our resources are going. Is the Congress ever going to look at what started this war, 9/11? Thank you.
Couple of points. First, with respect to 9/11, the country, in my view, was misled into the initiation of the Iraq War. I was one of 22 senators, sir, who voted against going to war in Iraq. And I sure wish my vote had prevailed, because the Middle East would look like a different place. Well, let me just kind of get to the one that we better deal with now. Before I left Washington, I voted to cut off military aid to the Saudis because of the conflict in Yemen. You're going to hear a lot about how America is more secure by supporting the Saudis in Yemen, and that somehow this will deter the Iranians and Al-Qaeda and all the rest. I'm not going to get into anything classified. I am on the Intelligence Committee. I don't believe a bit of that argument. It is time to end American military involvement with the Saudis in Yemen. Okay? Finally, there are 7 of us in the United States Senate, 7, who voted against the $700 billion military budget. And to give you an idea, that $700 billion we spend on military spending is more than a whole pack of countries spend together. And a lot of it is propped up. Folks were asking about campaign laws and campaign donations and all the rest. What props up a lot of it is the military contractors. Dwight Eisenhower talked about the military-industrial complex. Well, the military contractors continue to pour money into so many of these districts and states and the like, and it props up the system. So just in the last few minutes, I've talked about voting against big pharma and big oil and big companies and military contractors on issue after issue. We know what's driving this system. It's the Citizens United Supreme Court case. Folks, what this case says is that the rich guy's checkbook is the same thing as the poor person shouting on the street corner. It is a ridiculous theory, because we all know the rich guy's checkbook buys a lot more content and a lot more voice than the poor person's checkbook. But we've talked about some big issues here, and I've tried to say specifically how I vote on each one of them. But I shouldn't let everybody go home, at least hear my point of view, that there's a reason for this, and it is the Citizens United Supreme Court case. And at the top of the list, whether you agree with my views on one issue or another, I hope you'll go home and say, we gotta work to overturn Citizens United. If we need a constitutional amendment, let's do it.